Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Mike Kollin at MikeKollin.com. Okay, so let's read this off first. So it says, seeking validation from others is only going to destroy you. Now, women are looking for men who think for themselves, who validate themselves, and this is one of the reasons why they test you. They're looking to see if you're trying to explain yourself to her. Now listen closely to the words. See, it's really, words show you directionalization of your awareness and energy. And that's really important to what I'm about to teach you, because you guys hear a lot of the stuff like think for yourself, validate yourself, don't explain yourself. And you hear all these words and things that sound amazing and awesome, but no one really tells you what does that mean and how do you do it. So listen closely to the words. Explain yourself to, that's direction, her. Okay, so I keep harping on this thing called internal awareness. I'm going to give you a little bit more about how to do that, or a little bit more idea of what it is. So remember, the left brain, the male brain, is the external brain. Now how you can tell someone's in their left brain is the pupils get smaller and you become right eye dominant. Remember, the hemisphere's nerves cross down into the body. So the left side of the brain controls the right side, and the right side of the brain, did I say that right? Left side controls the right, and the right side of the brain controls the left side. So when you're in your logical brain, here's what happens. Your pupils get smaller and you become right eye dominant, okay, meaning you're looking out and it's external. So when you're in that system, she automatically gets turned off because you're external. You're looking for external validation and approval, no matter what you say or don't say. And here's the key thing they'll say, don't explain yourself. It doesn't matter because you're still in the external system and she can see it in your pupils. And what happens is, as I've told you, when you're in your left brain, your muscles tighten up, okay? You become more mechanical. Your voice becomes more logical, more mechanical. She can see it in your muscle tonus, your pupil dilation, and she can hear it in your tone of voice and the way you talk. It is more mechanical and more analytical and logical. So even if you don't explain yourself, it doesn't matter because your body is still going outside and thus is perceived as, it's not perceived as because you're looking outside to other people. The minute you do that, she's like, oh, he looks for external validation from other people. Now, when you're in your left brain, you're constantly asking other people, what do you think? What do you think? And you share stuff with them because you're trying to say, well, what should I do? I don't know. Is it okay for me to do this? Is this a good value? Is this the right belief? So as long as you're in the external system, you can't help but look to other people for what to do, what to think, and if you're validated, even if you're not talking. And this signals to her that you're a follower, you're not a leader. She might marry you because she doesn't have any other options, because most men that are internal, it's really rare. We're talking less than 7% of society. It's just not normal for men to be internal. Now, in the internal way, it's like a funnel where you receive. The left brain is the external push energy, like a hose pushing, energy out. So it's a very narrow view. And when you listen, and it does your eyes, your ears, and your kinesthetics, your physical body. It narrows everything down into a little tiny circle like you're aiming at a dot. And you can only see very little information. Now, if you want to become smart, you want to open up to receive massive amounts of information. Now, when you open up, it makes it really easy to understand the information as well. Whereas when you're looking down like a little straw, it's very hard to suck information through that little baby straw, and you're not seeing the bigger picture on how these pieces connect. So when a woman sees this, her mating system goes, oh geez, yeah, not going to be a very good mate, not going to be a very good provider. Now remember, her mating system cannot see dollar bills, banks, grocery stores, silos, farms, storage centers, anything like the roads. The mating system is it's in the primal system, and it only experiences like trees and wind and animals, and it's all about instincts, okay? It's the fight or flight system. It's the survival system. So if that system looks at you and goes, oh, he's one of those guys, you could literally make $100,000 a month, and she's still going to look at you as you're not a good provider. It's not going to satisfy that part of her system, and it will never leave that part of her system feeling content and safe with you. Okay, I'm going to give you an exercise. Okay, this is going to be a how-to. This is an exercise that I developed to help me to stop putting my energy, my awareness on the girl. Because when you become conscious of this, you'll see them pull back and even lean back and lean away, and you'll see them cross their arms and they'll turn their body sideways. These are all shields. They're shielding themselves from your linear logical energy like a laser beam. Imagine putting a broomstick to your forehead and it's sticking out. So when you walk up to a woman, boom, 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 you're bumping them in their forehead, in their face, in their throat, in their chest. Everywhere you look, boom, 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 boom. And women can feel this literally. When I open you up to this, I'll laser beam you. You're going to be like, oh my God. I'm like, see? And then I'll have you literally step about 20, 30 feet away and turn around and I'll laser beam your back. And you're like, dude, I can feel that. I'm like, yeah. And so can women. Women can feel when you're looking at their ass from behind. This is no longer a myth. Science has proven that when someone is staring at you, your body can feel it. Now, that's when you're in your right brain. In fact, the further you go into your right brain, the more you tune in to your five senses. This is what women mean when they say, hey, I'm looking for a guy who's tuned in, who's grounded. They're looking for a guy who is aware because it makes her and her children safe with you. Now, did I say logically aware? No, because logic is the closed door. Logic is obliviousness. It's literally like you're looking under a microscope. You can't even see who's in the room. You can only see that little tiny molecule and atom underneath the microscope. So what you're doing is we're going to teach you a technique. It's going to help you kind of move more in this direction. It's like a funnel. You want to open up to receive information, okay? When you do this, you allow information to come inside, and then when your awareness is inside, you begin to understand the information better. Now, a lot of clients, when I go out with them, they're like, I don't understand, you're not really doing anything. I'm like, well, I'm actually opening up, I'm receiving. So as I'm talking to the hostess, I have this internal awareness, and she can sense, oh, this guy's receiving my communication, including my body language. So when I was in college, there was this really, really cute girl who really liked me, and she was very open about it. Everyone knew, the classroom knew, the teacher knew. So we were at lunch one day. We went to not Chipotle. It was a Tex-Mex restaurant called I cannot think of the name right. Sorry, cut that off. Can't think of the name right now. I think they went out of business too a while back. Anyway, so we were there. And she was talking about something really, really important. And I did a very normal male thing, which to most men, you're like, she got mad at that? Because women are always saying, well, we want men who listen to us, right? Instead of blow us off. So this was important to her. So I leaned forward and then I focused on what she was saying. And within 3 minutes, she goes, see, that's it. You never listen to me. You never listen to what I'm saying. I'm like, Kim, I'm totally focused on you. And the minute I said that, I went, oh, shit. And I leaned back. And then she took a deep breath. She goes, now are you ready to listen? I said, yes. Did you figure it out? Men and women battle royale over this one. What men would think is tiny little thing. And you're like, wait, but I'm totally focusing and listening to what she's saying. And that's where you screwed up. Oh, so you're saying ignore her and don't listen? No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying when you focus, you block out 97% of the communication. When you're in your logical brain, you are literally doing the scientific method. It's either A or B. What the scientific method does, if you noticed, the water that you use between the slides and to do other tests has to be, I think it's 96.7% or 97.6%. It has to be pure and almost no impurities. It doesn't have to be 100% perfect, but almost perfect. See, what the left brain does is it blocks out all of reality and it focuses on one or two things. And let's compare these two and see how they interact together. That is not reality. Reality is 100% of reality. And most men will look at women like, oh, dude, she's just not even in reality. Yeah, she's not completely blind and oblivious and has the blinders on the left and right eye like a racehorse so she can only see what's in front of her and block out everything else. And that's what men do when they're in their logical brain. But they don't realize it because to them, well, isn't this reality? No. So here's what I did. I said, you know what, Kim, let me do one thing. Now, notice what happened. When I leaned back, she took a deep breath because now it helped her to open up as well. So I literally said, let me step outside for 30 seconds a minute. Let me take a deep breath and let me come back. Just trust me. She goes, okay. So I went outside. What I did was I covered my right eye and expanded my left awareness and blah, blah, blah. And I came back in and I sat down and I had my awareness inside and I expanded my awareness so I could receive all of her. Now imagine in a tiny little circle like you're aiming at a target. So I'm looking at her pinpoint eye to eyeball, right eye to right eye, which is what most men do. And that misses the tone, the tempo, the rhythm, and her body language. The body language for women is a huge communication factor. Without that, you're missing a lot of communication. So I expanded the circle all the way beyond around her, okay, even bigger than her. Instantaneously, she smiled, her eyes lit up, and she started talking because now she realized I was listening to all of her, and that's what women are talking about. See, when you're in that little tiny right eye to right eye, you're looking down this little circle that's less than an inch big. You're blocking out all of who she is. You're not. And this is why we're like, you never listen to me. Like, what are you talking about? I listened to you for 30 minutes this morning and last night and yesterday. And in your eyes, you're like, well, I totally focused on. Yeah, but that's not communication. You're not listening to understand. You can't understand from that way. Now, let me add one more piece. Now, another thing I did, I leaned slightly back and expanded my awareness. Because when you lean back, you can see the bigger picture. Your vision becomes wider, okay? And that's the key. The other key is to then bring your awareness down inside your belly, in your chest, in your heart area, and notice what you're feeling while she's giving you words that are going inside your body. It's like your funnel is kind of like your face and your throat, maybe your heart area, and the words are coming in. Words, by the way, are actually emotions, and they're always expressing some kind of emotion. Even if it's a mechanical black or white emotion, that's still an emotion. So when you're inside feeling what she's saying, now she feels heard and understood. Think of it like this. You got a fire hose. It's small, it's round, it's narrow, and it's pushing water out at a rapid, powerful rate. It's like someone's trying to communicate and get those words to go inside that hose, but the hose is narrow and small, and it's pushing. And this is what frustrates the crap out of women. Now, here's the deal. When you open up to your right brain, when a man does this to you, and all men do it, by the way, all men do it, you're going to be like, holy shit, that guy didn't even hear a fucking word I said. I'm like, yeah, and you talked to him for an hour to try to explain one paragraph. It's frustrating. Now, here's the deal. When you are like that, you're expanded and internal. Your validation is inside, and you're not even talking. See, a lot of guys think, well, just keep your mouth shut and don't say. No, it has nothing to do with talking or not talking. It has to do with what direction your awareness is in. If you're going inside, sensing what you're hearing and feeling, you're listening to yourself. Number one, what do women say? I'm looking for a man who knows how to lead himself, which means listen to yourself. Number two, you're validating the information inside you. Do you get it? This is what a woman's looking for. See, you guys keep thinking, Mike, what's the right thing to say? Which is left brain, either or right or wrong. What's the right thing to say? External. You're wrong. She's looking at you. Fail. When you are receiving communication and information from someone in an open way, like a funnel that allows you to receive more information, and your awareness goes down inside with that information, this is what women call thinking for yourself. Most men think, I'm going to tell her the right thing. I'm going to give her the right answer. See, this is when you're listening to yourself. This is thinking for yourself. This is validating yourself. You don't have to talk at all. And this is how a woman truly knows that you're actually listening to understand her. You're receiving what she's saying, and you are feeling and sensing how those words make you feel. But Mike, what does this have to do with seduction? everything. This is seduction. It triggers her mating system. Literally, this opens her heart, melts her heart, and drops her down into the groin, and it literally stimulates her down there and turns her on sexually. Why? Because her mating system's number one primal, what's the word for it? What did not Captain Kirk, but Captain Picard say? What is your prime objective? Her mating system's prime objective is to make sure you can communicate and receive communication in this way, because these are the men that put things together and move forward in life. Okay, there's a guy on this channel I worked with years ago, and he's stuck in life. And he's like, well, what does this have to do with anything? The reason why men get stuck, or even people, is because they get in their left brain. They get stuck. And essentially, here's why. Here's a visual. So when you go further and further into your left brain, you get narrower and narrower, like you're looking at a microscope. You're literally going what I call inside the V, okay? And at the very tip inside the V, there's nowhere to go. This causes frustration. This is what causes anxiety and fears, because you're stuck in there and it's concentrated energy, ping pong, pinging off the wall, and it causes stress, fear, and anxiety. And you can't get out. You feel stuck because you keep going in the same direction, like you're going down, 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 but there's no escape. You can't get out. This is what causes you to literally get stuck. Now what I do is I teach you how to turn this around, so now you're coming out the open end, the big picture end, and now you're free. Now you're free to see. Notice how this is an open funnel as well. You receive in the open way. This is the right brain. This is about options and possibilities. This is how you find solutions. When you're stuck in the tip, there's only one thing. There's no multiple options or possibilities. Oh, I can't figure stuff out. I'm not good at finding solutions, because you're using the wrong end of your brain. Literally, that's what's going on. After men take my course, in the next 12 months to 18 months, they have a huge, radical transformation in their friends and families. Like, what the fuck's going on with this guy? He just seems to keep moving forward and changing, and like his style, your clothes, your job. You feel more comfortable with yourself. Here's the deal: the open end of the funnel is where you feel comfortable with yourself. That's the point. The concentrated end is where all the energy gets kind of crunched together, and it's all this fear and anger and anxiety, and it has no room to breathe. It has no room to expand and relax. The other end is the open end, the relaxed end. This is the end that helps women to feel comfortable with you, and they want to be with you because they enjoy that open, spacious energy. Okay, let's get back to where I was before I started that last minute or so. Now here's the kicker: when you do talk, when you're doing it from this direction inside, she can tell that you are communicating from yourself. This is what she's looking for. I bet in a million years not a single one of you understood this concept, let alone even heard or thought of this concept. Do you want to know what book I read to learn this? Nothing. I meditated, and someone taught me how to do internal meditation. This is where I started learning this stuff. It became obvious the more and more internal I became. So when you're receiving people's words that are going inside you, and you are sensing how that's making your body feel, this is what women mean when they say, I'm looking for a man who can think for himself, who can talk for himself, who can validate himself. Because now, see, what they're really saying is sense yourself. This is what is called internal awareness or self-awareness. Now, what a lot of you are doing is, let me think about that. No, don't think. Feel. Bruce Lee. Don't think. Feel. Even Master Bruce Lee was trying to teach this to people. He just didn't know how to do it like I do. And I mean that seriously. I am the master of doing this, and I'm not joking. This is the number one core thing that I've been specializing in for over 30 years. So what I'm teaching you today is what triggers a female's mating system powerfully. It's not What's the right thing to say, Mike? What's a good opener? What's a good line? No, that shit turns women off. It might help you talk and start a conversation, but it's never going to trigger her mating system because that's all linear. What do they call them? Openers and lines. Linear. The word linear means line, to go in a line. L-I-N-E, line, A-R, linear. That's the left brain process which will turn her off. It takes her out of her right brain, which is where her mating system is connected to. So you want to open up to the open end, which is right brain. This course is about you finally finding your power. The very thing that you've been looking for the entire time, but you were looking in the wrong direction. This is what it has always been about. You finding you. Your power. If you think this is all my course, this is just one section of my course. There's a lot more to it. We will spend hour after hour going over these techniques to really get you to understand how to do this in a deep and powerful way. We're going to condition this into you. Now, right now, I've got a special. Normally, each one-on-one coaching session is about an hour and a half. To a little bit more, I'll leave extra time. It's normally $250. Right now, till December 31st, I'm only charging you $79. If I were you, I would get in right now, do phone sessions with me, and let's start teaching you how to do this and practicing this so you can take these tools and begin to develop them, because it does take some time. Get as many sessions in as you can before the 31st, okay? Even if we only get 4 sessions in, 3 sessions in, it'll help you start understanding this. It'll help your nervous system begin to understand this. All right, guys, that's it. Remember, my books are on sale to the 31st. The discount code, 40% off any of my dating relationship coaching books, is Return to Power, one word. If you want to take the actual course, put a deposit down payment on it before the 31st of this month, and we can schedule you in anytime between right now and the end of January. I may extend it till about the 15th of February. That's it, guys. Remember, click subscribe, click the like button, go ahead and make a comment, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.